Switch accessories manufacturer seemingly posts details of Switch 2. And this definitely caught my eye. So Jojo, thank you for linking that in Discord. And yeah, obviously none of this is confirmed or anything, but you know, a little speculation is fun once in a while. So thought we'd just read over the features and I'll ramble a bit. And I don't know, just thought it would be interesting. So, Mobipad, which is a Nintendo Switch accessory manufacturer, has published details regarding the Switch 2 on their Bilibili page. While nothing should be taken as truth at present until it is officially unveiled by Nintendo, the accessory manufacturer says that Nintendo Switch 2 features a 1080p screen with a dock capable of 4K output, new Joy-Con buttons, and is of course backwards compatible with Nintendo Switch games. Here's the details via Reset Error member R. And yeah, more specifically, it's a set of 6 features. The Bluetooth chip of Switch 2 will support existing Joy-Con and Pro controllers and still features HD vibration, ALPS dual axis linear motor. Number 2, Switch 2 has backwards compatibility with Switch 1 cartridges, but Switch 2 cartridges will be different and won't fit on a Switch 1. The new Joy-Cons are larger and are magnetically attached to the console via an electromagnet. The SL and SR buttons are metallic now, and there's a new button behind each Joy-Con. And a new button below the home button on the right Joy-Con. Okay. The docks, I missed that part when I was skimming. The dock still has a USB-C port and will also support 4K image output. The new kickstand also has a damping bracket on the back for improved angle adjustment. The screen is bigger, up to 8 inches, and the resolution is upgraded to 1080p. And yeah, there's kind of a lot to take in there, eh? I mean, so a few things that really stand out. So the Switch 2 will apparently still support the current Joy-Con and Pro controllers, which I feel the Pro controllers, that's kind of a given. But supporting the existing Joy-Cons is interesting if they're going to be completely changing how they're attached. So I don't know how that would work. I mean, obviously, I guess you can connect them like you would a Pro controller, but obviously you won't be able to connect the Joy-Cons. So yeah, I don't know how that'll work. I guess to be fair, it could be possible they'll do like something in between for people who want that. Like perhaps there'll be like a magnetic attachment that slides the Joy-Cons into as well, but that'll be like an extra thing you can buy maybe. Another standout here is the backwards compatibility with Switch 1 cartridges. I also thought that was pretty much a given that it would be backwards compatible, but I'm super curious about this. Switch 2 cartridges will be different and won't fit in on a Switch 1. Because my first thought is going to when they went from the Nintendo DS to the 3DS, where they basically it was pretty much the same cartridge, but they had a little bump thingy on the side. So I wonder if it's going to be something similar to that, just for the fact of pretty much like, they'll be the same cartridge, but they don't want people putting Switch 2 cartridges into the old Switch. So I kind of feel like maybe it'd go that way because as far as I know, the current Switch cartridges can go up to a pretty big size. So I don't know any reason they'd really have to do like a major change. Also, if it's not something simple like a bump or whatever, that would mean they would have to have 2 slots, which they have done that before back when they went from Game Boy Advance to DS, but like in this case it seems like they'd just be taking up more space kind of unnecessarily unless they've, I don't know, leaped forward in some way with new cartridges that are a lot cheaper and better or something like that. I'm not sure. I could definitely see it being just a slight, basically a difference in the, what do you call it, the shell rather than internals. Another thing interesting, the new Joy-Cons are larger and are magnetically attached to the console with an electromagnet. When I first read that, I was like, I don't like the idea of that. But, well, for one, I do like the idea that they're larger, possibly more ergonomic, you know, maybe bulkier, so that could be good. It's the magnetic part that kind of threw me. But I guess I was reading that as like just a strong magnet, but just because it's an electromagnet doesn't mean it doesn't also like click in, so to speak. Like, it could be that similar to the current ones, you slide them in, but it kind of locks into place at the very bottom with the magnet or something, as opposed to having that physical like clip in type of thing. So yeah, when I first read it, I took it as just like strong magnets, but it could still have like a slide in and yeah, so I don't know about that. I assume it'll be fine. I can't really see a problem. I don't really see a problem with the current way either. But maybe there's some benefit to that. I'm not really sure. Docks to the USB-C port and will also support 4K image output. That's an interesting one. I don't really know what to make of that. Because I think that's very easy to misread as meaning that we'll be getting like 4K Switch gaming, but I doubt that's necessarily the case. It could just be that that is the highest resolution that can be output, and maybe it'll be in use for certain things, but not necessarily with games. Obviously screen's bigger, up to 8 inches, and resolution of upgraded 1080p. Now that sounds awesome. Like that alone sounds really good. But yeah, in terms of the 4K, that's a huge jump from 1080p. So unless this time around they're actually going to have additional graphics processing within the dock itself, that's just too big of a jump for it to kind of be like handheld will be 1080p, dock to be 4K. Like they would definitely need processing power within the dock for that. So unless they're going to do that, I'm guessing this is more just what the dock is capable of, but won't be reflective of like what's standard for most games. But yeah, the 8-inch screen, that's a big jump. The because the current Switch is 6.2, OLED model is 7. And so, yeah, going like, that's a big jump. 8 inches is like a really good size screen. And at 1080p, that could be so good. It's kind of a stretch now. Like, a stretch to think it would be OLED, but damn, that'd be nice. Like, that would be so good. I kind of doubt it, though. I hope, but yeah. I mean, they went OLED with the OLED version, but it can make quite a big difference on price, and I kind of feel like they're not going to want to put the price up any more than they have to. So while it's a hope, even if it does cost a bit more, could be just one of those things where a couple years later we get an OLED version again or something. It's really hard to say with Nintendo. As for the damping bracket, I have no idea what that is, so I really can't comment on much. But obviously it says improved angle adjustment, so I assume ultimately that's just saying that the kickstand will be a bit more versatile and you'll be able to have it at various angles. So that's good. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I said, this is all just speculation for a bit of fun. Ultimately, it does seem to be coming from a reliable source in essence, but like, it's still not something you can take as 100%. But either way, it does sound really good. But yeah, there's a few interesting things though beyond that too. Is like just, so 8-inch screen, that sounds good. But you combine that with like the larger Joy-Cons, and damn, that could be pretty big. Like this sounds like it could definitely be bigger than like a Steam Deck, for example. So, because I mean the Switch by itself, it's already pretty big as far as like a handheld console goes. But it's also become more and more normalized since the Switch released for like things like the Steam Deck to exist and stuff, and bigger sizing. So yeah, I don't know, but it could get pretty chunky. It kind of sounds like, yeah. I say there's not too much we can go off there. There's going to be another button, which I'm not really sure what that'll act as. Yeah. New button. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities for new buttons. Could just be that they're adding an extra one for if developers want it or something. Might not be a standard type of thing. Kind of hard to say there. But yeah, the 4K image output, I'm wondering if that's going to be like, it could be for certain like apps, like for Netflix and stuff like that. So like they could just be future-proofing the dock to a degree and making it flexible, but, and I mean, to be fair, maybe some games can pull off 4K, because I mean, it's going to be a 1080p screen, but that doesn't mean that it won't have the power to pull off 4K for certain games. It may not be realistic at all for most games, but there could be some more like simpler 2D games that if developers want to add it, they can put 4K output support, so it's definitely possible. Because I was saying like they'd kind of need more power in the dock, which in most cases that would be true. But depending on how much power this thing's got, like, yeah, I mean, some games could definitely pull it off, potentially. It also depends kind of what tech is inside it, like, because there could be certain upscaling stuff, like, because if they're working with NVIDIA and stuff, like, yeah, there's definitely a few possibilities there. I'm really curious to see what the magnetic attachment's going to be like. Like, I wonder what the benefit is there. Because, yeah, I could definitely see it being something like it slides in similarly, but maybe it's, like, got a really strong magnet at the bottom where it hooks in or something. Because I guess that way it just takes away that potential for any... I mean, I think it generally works fine, but I guess that would just maybe make it a little smoother. Yeah. Yeah, not too much else to say, I don't think. Just, I don't know, thought it'd be interesting to ramble and speculate here for a little bit. I mean, it sounds great, ultimately. I think a bigger, larger, nicer screen, potentially more ergonomic Joy-Cons. I mean, I feel like that alone, like nicer Joy-Cons, bigger screen, higher resolution, like that alone is huge, honestly. I feel like my biggest hope with the backwards compatibility, like combining into all that, is being able to play Switch 1 games, as I guess we're going to call it, in 1080p on the screen, because I feel like that'll look really good. Especially a lot of like Nintendo's first party stuff, like being able to like say replay Breath of the Wild in 1080p on an 8-inch screen or something, like that'll look so good. Which also just again makes me really want OLED because, oh, that's good. But yeah, I feel like honestly the bump in resolution is going to be really nice for a lot of games. But yeah, not too much else we can say. I'm super curious what the power situation's gonna be like and stuff. It's just, yeah. Hopefully we'll find out more in kind of October. That's kind of what I'm assuming we're maybe gonna know by if they're planning to launch early next year like they did originally with the Switch. Because if they do it next March, we're talking 8 years, so I'd be kind of surprised if they're gonna push any longer than that. So yeah, it could be a little bit further down the line this year when we get the official announcement. But yeah. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. I'm definitely intrigued. I hope I can get it launch day. I don't know if I'll be able to, depend on a few things, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of potential for this. Yeah, I would love to see, honestly, like, it'd be cool if they launched with like 2 versions, which I kind of doubt they would, but it'd be nice seeing them launch with an OLED model up front, and it's just like, it's whatever, $50 more or something like that. That would be really cool. Yeah, a lot of things to be curious about, you know. Are they going to bring themes back, for example? I still kind of couldn't believe they've gone through this whole generation with no themes added back. Like, I feel like things like that were really good on the 3DS. And, you know, early in the life cycle, everyone, I feel like, kind of assumed at one point they were going to add themes, and then it kind of just never happened. So, yeah, I wonder if they'll bring back some of that kind of stuff. Hard to say. But yeah, I think that is going to do it. So thank you guys for hanging out with me for a bit while I ramble. Let me know what your thoughts. Anything in particular you guys are like hoping for, or be that on the software side or hardware side or anything like that. Yeah, no, just let me know what you think, and I'll be interested to hear. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Be well. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll have this page linked in the description if you want to check it out, or like go to any of these other links or any such things, you know. But yeah, be well. Thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you in something else soon. Bye-bye.